Okay, America, the racist African is back. Yeah, I don't care if you don't like my video quality and all that. I just don't have time to buy no new shit, figure it out, and try to work on it. So, one day maybe I'll put up a GoFundMe or PayPal, whatever, so you can donate. But this is what I got right now to voice my freedom of speech. And, this is how I'm going to just do it. How it's going to go down, like it or not. Anyway, I try. I watch a lot of movies. Not a lot of television, but a lot of movies. Um, I've gotten to a place where I am more of a homebody. I like being at home, and you just save more money, spend too much money out, going out and stuff like that. So I work, come home, cook, clean, do whatever. But I will, and in my spare time, my extracurricular activity is watching movies. Besides reading newspaper, looking at all the politics, and things like that, I watch TV and movies, and a lot of them. And what racism looks like to me in the 21st century, this is 2018, it has a lot to do with the racist and Uncle Tomish or Coonish writing that takes place in Hollywood. Television, film, media, even radio. I got a lot to talk about. I mean, it's a Saturday night and I'm trying to just enjoy watching some movies. I've already watched all of the major releases already. Um, and I have, a Apple TV box. So I buy a lot of movies. I mean, you can buy stuff from back in the 60s, 70s. You can go all the way back to however far back you want to go. Watch movies that you never watched or watch movies again that you've always liked. But so I have access to thousands and thousands and thousands of movies streaming. And once I've watched all of the, major releases like like Transformers or Justice League or the Suicide Squad, once I've watched all those and we've exhausted all the major hit releases that have come out so far, and you keep going and going through and through and through lists and lists and lists of movies, and it's amazing the type of they still release D-level movies. I don't understand why Hollywood still gives people money to make crap, and we have limited black movie and television. You allow white people from around the world to release thousands of movies that nobody will ever see on the big screen. That it might go to some little small theater somewhere, but it doesn't get the publicity like something like a Tom Cruise movie or Bruce Willis or anything like that. But these are, I would say, even F-list movies that are just annoying and sickening. And then, just to compare the movie content that Hollywood allows black people to have compared to what they allow white people to have, I am so sick of it. I am so sick of it. And if you go back to the year 2000 and you look at the thousands of movies that were released then, 10% are black. And most of those movies have to do with gangs and murder and violence and bad black relationships and, drugs. And I mean, this just stereotyping us. Psychological warfare against black people is a epidemically sick, disgusting behavior that this culture, that the world has created a culture for it. Now of course there's black writers, and yeah, of course you gave us one or two black directors, but they are afraid to step out and really provide meaningful, good, positive imaging in movie, television, theater, because they know that you won't pay them for it. They know that they can't make it without putting that type of stuff out there. But I am so sick of it. I am so sick of it. Here's my point. Movies like this, American Honey, and this one came out 2016, and this movie right here, the disappearance of Sydney Hall. I'm trying to watch this right now, and once I just saw what I'm about to reveal to you is the difference between the black teenage movies and white movies. I'm just sick of the racial stereotyping, the white privilege that is allowed to be viewed and seen in these movies, and black people being dead to rights. So to write anything that's positive, anything that's even goes beyond, like imagination. You know, there's no imagination. There's no fantasy in a lot of black movies. It's just, it is what it is. It's the ghetto. It's the drug. It's the jail. It's police all the time in every fucking black movie. Stop it already. Stop it. I do not want to be white. I do not want to dye my hair white. I do not want to lighten my skin. I won't ever want to do that. I don't want to keep seeing all this white content and showing your people as so positive and happy endings and in love and young love. But look, these kids, every movie I see that you all white people allow to be shown are mostly in these high schools. They're children in high schools. They have access to drugs. They're around adults giving them alcohol. They travel the world and they have sex everywhere. These kids have access to illegal drugs, alcohol, and they're enjoying themselves and they're having sex, and they don't even talk about protected sex or pregnancy or nothing like that. Ain't nobody talking about marriage and nothing like that. They're just young and enjoying their selves and sowing their wild oats, and they're all over the place. And it's a comedy, but I never see police in there harassing them and taking them to jail. And some of the movies have that in there, but even when they murder somebody, it's a comedy. And it's like, oh, it's not my fault. Oh, they look like a normal guy. Oh, this never happens. It's atrocious. It's really atrocious. And it's really disgusting. The Vanishing of Sydney Hall. Dude is some kind of writer. Access to alcohol. Goes back to high school. Like nothing's going on. These are functional alcoholics and drug addicts. And it's okay in white movies. American Honey, which I just showed you. American Honey. Little teenage girl that, screwing everybody all across and into a whole bunch of illegal activity, guns and, crime and violence. But she has a happy ending. Still gets respected. Look at this. Woo. How about Eurotrip? Some of these are good movies, but I'm pissed off that I can never see a black teenage movie quite like this. Over and over and over again, you release these movies over and over. It's inundated. It's like that's all we get. And then when it comes to black movie, even a superhero movie, it's got to be so negative. It's got to be some drugs in there. It's got to be some gang in there. It's got to be some ghetto in there. It's got to be police in there. It's like you never want us to have a movie without the fucking police. Seriously, come on. When you go into the ghetto, you need to make movies about that person that maybe even started off as a nerd or something like that some of the black people may have, bullied. Just like the movies that you show for your white kids. You show that these kids are the ones that are bullied a lot, and you show their life. You don't show, the guys that are the criminals and that are the bullies doing their thing, Show the people that got out of the ghetto, like me, and that made great things happen in their lives, and show them having fun, skiing, going across country, battling the elements, surviving, saving people, This is racism in America. These movies, you will never see a black movie with a teenager in it. A bunch of high school teenagers with a whole bunch of black teenagers in high school enjoying themselves, having access to drugs and alcohol. Where are the parents in a lot of these movies? And why do these white mothers allow these young girls in these movies to always show that they're screwing their teachers? Having relationships with their teachers, having crushes on their teachers, these older men. So you're sensationalizing pedophilia. You're sensationalizing drug and alcohol use among teenagers, and you never say anything. And then you show the black side, always some drugs, some alcohol, somebody getting arrested, somebody getting their face punched in by the police, somebody going to jail. Come on. Stop the racism in Hollywood. Stop it. It's sickening. I'm vomiting in my mouth. This is 2018. 2018, this stuff coming out. These kids going to parties with alcohol, hard liquor, and there's no repercussion. It's got to stop. Even if, whether it's true, false, fantasy, you don't allow black movies to have the true, the false, the fantasy, the sci-fi. It's always police. It's always a gang. It's always negative. It's always arguing, and that's not reality. The racist African signing out. Can I have a good Saturday night without some more shit?